I will start with one general question to all our panelists. Each of them, from their perspective, to express their opinion on the digital transformation of the insurance industry. What are the trends? What are the latest regulatory challenges? What about the talent, the legacy processes, governments, or simply put, like, what is the pace of the change? So let's start maybe from Philip, from that corner.
Okay, regarding the question what I expect that nowadays is the biggest issue of AI entering our regulation, entering financial entities. I think the main problem is the speed of the adoption of new technologies in financial entities. The problem is that we are pushing AI in the core business, in our systems. I think the risk analysis isn't conducted on the proper way, so there are still unknown risks to us that we should think about before the adopting it.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Mimosa, what will be your open statement?
So, from the regulator's perspective, I would say that all these factors are converging and they are transforming the insurance sector. So, the most important task of the regulators is to have the proper oversight under this changing environment, under the automation, AI use from the market operators, and at the same time to remain, so all the market operations remain trustworthy. This is very important, to have the customer trust and to have the confidence and to have transparency in all market operations.
Alessandro,
Yeah,
you are the only representative of the insurance industry, so you are the voice of industry. Be careful what you share with.
Good morning, first of all, and congratulations for waking up and being here with us today. I think this is really important. Then, second, congratulations to the organizers. Great event. First time I'm here in Oradea for the UNCHAIN festival. Really extraordinary experience. Now, regarding the question, I should be mindful. I'm surrounded by former, current, and maybe future regulators. You never know. So, but what can I say? I think that we need to discuss more about simplification of the existing regulatory framework. Yeah, I think this is an ongoing conversation at EU level, and we need to focus on that because on one hand, we want to improve, we want to innovate, we need to digitalize everything in order to bring insurance closer to people. But on the other hand, we are a little bit under pressure, maybe not a little bit, maybe more. We are under pressure from the regulatory framework. It's difficult to innovate when you have so many barriers, so many walls. Yeah?
And our colleagues from Moldova, Adrian, please, what will be your open statement for this panel?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for having me here. Let's recall some numbers. Recently, EIOPA published a report. According to this report, only 1 out of 10 insurance don't plan to implement any AI automation processes. Out of those insurance companies that are looking to implement or already implementing some AI automation processes, most of them refers to back office. They refer to product development, to underwriting, but also to front office processes like interaction with customers. From this perspective, the problem of regulators is not the innovation itself, but the pace of these reforms and of these innovations. And we might call it as a speed asymmetry, as regulators should make sure that they are in some extent ahead of the industry. They are looking forward and we can prevent some faults that may happen on the market. So the main objective of the regulators would be not to hinder the innovation which is brought by AI, but to help it to be implemented in the insurance sector in a sustainable way.
Thank you. So what we can conclude of this opening statement that the regulators, they must be proactive and they should create favorable environment and to make a good trade-off and a balance, that they should not be obstacle for digital transformation of the insurance industry, but they should be in favor of that, because in the end of the day, they give benefits to all of us. However, the insurance industry, comparing to other financial services, is a little bit more conservative, because the business model of the insurance industry is very conservative. However, AI, it's not anymore in the experimental phase in the insurance industry. AI is something that exists. And as Adrian said, the EIOPA, it's a European Insurance Occupation Pension Authority. They publish very nice reports, and they reveal that AI becoming more and more present in the industry. So in that terms, I would like to continue our discussion with Philip. And Slovakia is one of the advanced insurance market in terms of the penetration rate, but also in terms of implementing the AI technology. Also, Slovakia, Bratislava is a hub of AI startups companies. So I know it's Slovakia is also in the top ranking European countries in terms of innovation and in terms of introducing a new solution. So, Philip, what would be the biggest regulatory concern in terms of AI in insurance? What you will share with us?
I think the one of the biggest issues regarding AI in the insurance sector or in general in fintech, I personally I'm focusing on cybersecurity regulation, and I think there are still a lot of risk that we have to assess to do the proper assessment. Those risks can be, for example, regarding the concentration risk, concentration of the different providers, core providers for these companies. Another problem with AI is that there are a lot of issues we think that they are present, but they are not assessed properly. Maybe for I can do to give you an example that a few years ago, cybersecurity analysts they were explaining me that we have pretty nice cybersecurity systems, but we don't know why those systems flag the concrete events like suspicious. And I would say that today, Professor Popovsky, you are from also from academic sector, and you know that each time you conduct the experiment, you expect in the same environment the same results. It's one of the basic rules of the science nowadays. But implementing AI, there is always the element of chaos, and we are not sure how those systems are working. That is on the part of the insurance companies. Another part is the adversaries are actively using and abusing AI, and we are already aware about a lot of incidents caused by AI, such are, for example, synthetic identities and different financial frauds that are conducted using AI.
Do you have sandbox in National Bank of Slovakia?
We don't have sandbox to test AI, and I think that is one of the issues in my country, that the regulator and all the regulation is always one step behind the tech industry, and it's a big challenge for us to not stop the innovations, but also to have the right approach to the insurance companies. And I think that at our national bank, the team is pretty young and we are pretty open-minded. And our role should be to come to the insurance companies as a partner and to solve those problems together.
Okay. It's good to hear that your approach is always to be a partner of the industry and the newcomers, and especially the startups. That is really good, and that will be one very powerful message to all regulators, that they should be a partner of the insurance companies, of the new incumbents, the startups, and all together to create a favorable regulatory environment for opening the door for such innovative solution. Alexandru, you know that across the European Union we can see a growing discussion about open insurance, embedded insurance, AI-powered products, and the collaboration between the insurance companies and insurtech and regulators. What innovation do you believe will have the biggest impact on the insurance industry over the next 5 years?
I don't think that anybody has the right answer to it. But let me circle back. You've mentioned AI. EIOPA says that 1 out of 2 European insurers already uses generative AI, and 1 out of 4, so 25% of life insurance.
It's so.
It's good. Okay, so 1 out of 2 non-life insurance in Europe, they already use generative AI. 1 out of 4 life insurers already use it. So the conversation is not about the future, it's about the present. Yeah, and I agree that the pace is the issue here. But again, I think that digitalization, AI implementation, this is not a purpose. This is not the objective. The objective is being as close as possible to the needs of your clients and bringing insurance closer to people. I think this is relevant. Now, regarding your question, really difficult to say, because I don't think anybody has the answer now. I mean, we have been discussing about digitalization for at least 10 to 15 years in the insurance industry, and I don't think anybody was able to fully foresee where we are now. So it's an open discussion. Again, I would advocate for streamlining the regulatory framework. I think we need more proportional regulation at European level and at local level, of course. I think we need to pay closer attention to the needs of our clients and to be able to fully deliver on this. So again, digitalization and AI and everything, it's a tool. It's a great tool, but let's be mindful about the client expectations.
One more question. When you discuss with colleagues from the banking insurance from the banking association, because believe that you communicate, you cooperate, and what will be your view on the comparison in terms of AI in the banking insurance, and of course giving in relation to the regulation? I can only speak on behalf of the insurance industry, but I think it's fair to say that both in Romania, CE, and at European level, I think we are all waiting to see the secondary legislation relating to the AI Act and see how everything develops. I think we need to focus, and all of us, I think we are looking forward to see whether we will have a digital omnibus directive. I think all of us are waiting to see how the simplification of the EU regulatory framework will be implemented and how. I think these are open conversations that we need to have at this point. And yes, I think we also need, even in Romania, I think we need the regulatory sandbox. Yeah, this would really help. Okay, thank you. Now I will stand up for the question that I will address to our non-EU or our stars because of the accession process, that is Albania and Moldova. I believe that very soon Albania, and after Moldova will join the European Union. Also, what we can see that the insurance market is strong developing in both countries. There are more foreign presence of the foreign insurance groups in both markets. There are a lot of similarities between the two markets. And my question for Mimosa and for Adrian will be to describe what are the trends of the innovation in insurance industry in your markets, and how do you see the regulation could be obstacle or not? Because in the end, you must follow the EU rules. So, Mimosa, please.
We must admit that the insurance sector in the region, in the 6 Western Balkan countries, but also including Moldova and the other countries, is not at the same level as the other part, for example, as a banking industry. Regulation is a necessity. The companies without a regulatory framework would work in a gray area, which is not good, which creates uncertainty for the companies, but also for the regulators, how to monitor, how to supervise. I will bring an example. Only 1 month ago, in Albania was passed the law on e-trusted service provider. It's a very important law. Until now, the companies in the financial sector, including insurance, has worked with service providers, let's say, in the gray area. But now this brings security for the market. This brings confidence for the consumers. So now, currently, every company listed in the EU Commission list can operate in Albania without having another license or without needing an authorization, which creates the ground for further development. But another thing is important, to regulate, but not to over-regulate. You kill the market with over-regulation. I come from a long time working at the regulators, but however, I am for regulating, but not over-regulating. We must see the market as partner, as said before. And someone here said the regulators are behind. I would reformulate it. I would say the market is one step and the regulators follow. At the first sight, it looks like it's create uncertainty, but maybe it is better because the regulator had this chance to see real developments in the market and to regulate, to create the framework based on evidence-based. So I wish for all our countries to speed up a bit in the digitalization process in insurance. There is a lot of potential there. The young generation are the hope, I will say, and the new talents in our markets.
Oh, thank you, Mimosa. Adrian.
Yeah. In the Republic of Moldova, around 2/3 of all the public services of different processes of interaction between citizen and the government are digitalized. And for the business, it is 3/4. On another hand, regarding insurance, you may know we have domestic MTPL and still we have the green card. We digitalized the green card issuance online starting with January 2025. So the rate of adoption of digital green cards in the first 5 months was around 30%. So I would say that it is quite a good rate. So generally speaking, the Moldovan society is ready to embrace the digital opportunities that are brought, including in the insurance sector. On another hand, up till now, we are a member associate of EU, that of course provides us with some room to tailor some regulations according to current market needs and to be more agile. And right now, for instance, we are in the process of transposing the insurance distribution directive and all the relevant regulations regarding market conduct. And we see that in some extent, some of the provisions of the IDD directive are obsolete and are not keeping the pace with the current development of the digital processes between insurance companies and insured persons. Also, on another hand, it also brings some challenges to the insurance sector due to the fact that not all regulations are approximated at the EU level. There is a challenge of economy of scale. Especially domestic companies may face financial challenges in implementing different AI-based solutions because they also should be adjusted to national legislation, and it brings additional costs to the industry. We have positive things, negative things, but still, as the country, we plan to adopt all the EU legislation up till to the end of this year, and hopefully it will create room for domestic insurers to access different AI automation tools that are used by European insurers.
So, general question for regulators. One of the huge challenge in order to be in line with all these digital topics that we're discussing is to attract talent people to work at authorities. Do you think that because you are in the end of the day a government organization, how you can attract talent people that they will work on implementation of the regulation, that they will have open discussion with the AI company, with the startups, and to support the digital transformation? Because sometimes it's not easy to work in the government with some talent people in terms of compensation, remuneration, and yes. So what do you think? How you can cope with this challenge? Because the human talent is something that must exist in the governments, in the regulatory authorities. There are some incentives that you can attract. Who would like to respond?
I would only suggest it would be good to have young people, talented ones, but it's not easy, as you mentioned. And you or the regulators maybe should have a special contract for the talents, for the IT talents. It's not easy for them to remain in an office and to remain part of the administrative and public sector. But the force is the change. So if they believe in the change, so they will be part of it.
Thank you. Okay, Philip, maybe you'd like to add something, or Adrian?
I would say that every young person that is considering where to start or continue in his career, he should consider working in public administration, in the regulation authorities, because it's a very unique position above the market when one person can gain a horizontal cross-sector view that is impossible to get when somebody is working inside one concrete company that is specialized on just that company, but working in the authority, it's the unique position. I would say it's the only position when somebody can see get a horizontal view.
Of course, despite, I would say, labor code, regulatory issues related to salaries, we split this question in two. The interview question, and we of course try to motivate people. And my the most favorite saying is like, we are public servants, so we serve the public, the general country. Either to work for some shareholder, you may work for the country. And it is one thing, and young people, yes, indeed, they are looking also for the opportunity to change the world, because this is one important thing. And another point we see that especially for younger people, despite the fact that we have quite strict internal issues, we still have to find a balance to offer enough room and opportunities to develop. And in case younger generations would like to develop, they are coming up with ideas. For instance, we also established a special AI working group, and we put everybody in that group that would like to help also the public authority in implementing AI tools.
Thank you. Alexandru, OpenAI, DORA, or EU AI Act. What is the biggest challenge for the Romanian insurance industry?
How to find the proper way of simplification, regulatory simplification. I think this is what we need to do at European, I've said it before, at European, at local level, because otherwise there is no way in which we can fully harvest the power of innovation. I mean, in Romania, 30% of people, according to our studies, are using some sort of a digital channel in order to interact with their insurer. Yeah, an app, web-based solution, whatever. While 60% of people, they use a digital service to interact with another type of service, except insurance. So there's a huge potential gap here that we need to fill. Yeah? We can only fill this gap by means of proportional regulation and more efficient regulation. And I think this is a conversation that we are supposed to be having right now.
So proportionality and simplification should be something as a message to the regulators, to the policymakers, that should be in the favor of insurance industry. So before we close the panel, last question to all of you. Please pick one challenge from your perspective for the insurance industry, which is for your market. Very valid. Okay, let's try. Philip,
I want to start. One challenge: dependency of tech on tech vendors, on hyperscalers, AI companies, on the leading tech vendors on the market.
Okay.
So we should mitigate it.
As long as there is still data fragmentation in the market, I see this as an obstacle, and I hope so to see the all systems from the industry and from the e-government platform interconnected, and this will facilitate a lot.
The keyword probably or surely is trust building. Yeah. And to sum it up, you said it before, there is a reason for which insurance companies all over the world are conservative. Yeah. Why are insurance companies so conservative? Because those that weren't are no longer here.
For the Moldovan market, I would choose the access to ready-to-use AI solutions that would streamline the costs for the implementation of AI-based processes in insurance undertakings.
Super. Thank you very much. Before we close the panel, very powerful message to all of you. Those who are startups, who are already insurtech or fintech company, we are more than welcome to contact the regulators. Regulators are really open, especially in our region, that they will like to enforce, and they will like to really push and to support all digital transformation, because this is the reality. Of course, the industry always asking for simplification and for proportionality, but those the message that the regulators should reconsider and to rethink how they can proceed with that. And the last message, just for your information, that this year I was part of this initiative. We established InsurTech Hub in Budapest with the idea is to support the startups and every technology company who like to make a business with the insurance industry and to have open dialogue with the regulators. So there is an InsurTech Hub Budapest. Just Google it and you will see, and you are more than welcome to join. Okay, let's accompany with big applause for our panelists. This was Wake Up Call, and I wish successful continuation of this festival, which is really amazing. Thank you very much.